John chapter 18, verse 37. Therefore Pilate said to him, "So you are a king?" Jesus answered, "You say correctly that I am a king. For this purpose I have been born, and for this I have come into the world, to testify to the truth. Everyone who is of the truth listens to my voice." Today's reading brings us toward the final hours of the Lord Jesus just before his crucifixion. He was brought bound by the Jewish officials to the praetorium, which was the place of judgment. This is where he would meet Pontius Pilate, who was the Roman governor of the region of Judea at the time. They were accusing the Lord Jesus of inciting rebellion against Rome and therefore was worthy of death. And being the governor at the time, he wanted to maintain peace and order, so he went on an investigation and started interrogating the Lord Jesus. In one of the latter questions, he asks the Lord, "So you are a king?" And the Lord Jesus responds with these three things. First, he says that he indeed was a king. He didn't hide it. He didn't deny it. He didn't ask for mercy. What he said was he was the king. And not only was this his statement, in fact, in verse 36, he talked about how his kingdom was not of this world and that its origin and its principles were far different than the ones that were on the earth. Secondly, he says that he was born and that he came into this world. This is a reminder for us that the Lord Jesus was in fact a human. He was born into the world and that he came into the world. That's an interesting phrase. Coming into the world talks about the deity of the Lord Jesus, meaning before he was born on earth, he was existing prior to that. And so he was incarnated onto the planet where he assumed human form. Finally, it says in the last part of this verse that he had a purpose. And what was the purpose? It was to reveal truth, to testify of the truth. But what truth is he talking about here? He was talking about the truth of God. He was talking about the truth of the Messiah, the kingdom, sin, righteousness, judgment, all of these things, human nature, and all of these truths that were hidden for a very long time before the Lord Jesus had come. God revealed through his Son, the Lord Jesus Christ. And finally, we want to ask the question, how can we apply this in our own lives? Well, the last part of the verse says, "Everyone who is of the truth listens to my voice." We don't have to be in darkness anymore. We can be in the light with the Lord Jesus because he is the King of truth. And if we want the truth of our reality and of all things, all we have to do is to listen to him. And we come to him seeking to learn the truth so that we can go out and tell people about that truth that the Lord Jesus tells us. So I pray that every single one of us who's learning these verses today will remember that our job as believers is to tell people of the truth.